probably the most important 4 months of our entire real estate life. This next 4 months can make or break the rest of this year, but it'll also set us up for a super 2024. So I'm going to work with my buddy Kelly up in the corner. Kelly, you're up in the top left-hand corner of my screen, so we're going to talk to you first.
Oh, God.
So the next 4 months. Kelly, do you have a calendar in front of you?
Yep.
Good. The big thing is, well, the first thing we do when we're working up our 4-month plan to finish this year strong and set ourselves up for next year, Rayo, you're going to want to use this for your team meetings, is we want to calendarize the next 4 months. We have to look at the calendar and decide when we're working and when we're not. And when we're not. So Kelly, could you tell us what day of the month is Thanksgiving in America this year?
It's the 23rd on Thursday of November.
In Canada, on the 23rd of November is Thanksgiving. That means we have the Sunday after Thanksgiving, so we have the Sunday after Thanksgiving, which is what day of the month, Kelly? What date?
The 26th.
It's the 26th. Understand that this year we have 4 or 5 days. We have the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. We have 5 days, Sunday through the 1st of December, after Thanksgiving, where we're still in November. That's important because, as our buddy Beth knows, when that December 1st hits, they check out. It's Christmas time. This year, we got 4 extra days, don't we? So take those days off prior to Thanksgiving if you're on the East Coast. Christian, I know you are in DC. You're up in Northern Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Kelly and I both went to school, and we put our little hands on the felt paper and we drew it around, and then we made a turkey, and here's the head and here's the feather. Remember that, Kelly?
Yes.
Thanksgiving is the entire week of no work. Everybody's off. In California, it's Thursday at 1 o'clock. Where you are locally will determine what days you can take off from Thanksgiving. Doesn't cost you any money. On the East Coast, you can take the whole week off. On the West Coast, they work pretty good on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Because in California, it's the same weather all the time in Southern California. So they don't need to take Wednesday off because nobody is celebrating Thanksgiving in California on Wednesday. But Kelly knows that we're cooking on Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving because all of our relatives we don't want to see, we got to make a green bean casserole, which nobody eats. Thanksgiving, work, come back to work on Sunday, get all those expired by owners, anybody you want to call after Thanksgiving. Call your best past clients in Sphere. Guys, Beth, we're going to go to you for a second. Beth, you've been in real estate over a couple of years. How many past clients in Sphere do you have?
I mean, 300 maybe.
I love 300. We're going to stay with 300. It's a great number. 55% of all marriages end in divorce. Do you know how many people are going to fight over Thanksgiving and the reality is going to come out that we're done? Call them on Sunday. Find out who they are because they're ready to sell their house. Now, I'm making that joke, but that is reality, isn't it, Beth?
Yeah.
Past this green bean casserole, I hate you. Okay, here we go. Also, Beth, how often, and she lives in a beautiful part of Tennessee. Tell everybody where you live so they can send you great referrals.
Nashville, Franklin.
Nashville, Franklin, a state with no income tax. Everybody's moving there. It's a fantastic place to live.
And low property taxes. You too can have a lovely home of your dreams in Music City, Tennessee.
You should be on TV. So, how often do people in your past clients in Sphere move, Beth?
That's a good question, Steve. I don't know. I'm back in sales. I'm only back in sales for 3 years after coaching for 10 or 12 years. So I don't really know.
If we were to say 7, would that be a fair number?
Yeah, it's probably longer than that.
Let's go to 10. 10's easier to divide. Her average client moves every 10 years. She has 300 people. Beth, it's not a difficult math. What is 300 divided by 10?
30.
Beth, your job in this next 4 months and everybody's job is to call your past clients in Sphere 2 times to identify the 30 that are going to move next year. And Beth, what are your and Joe's average commission?
It's probably about 12 to 15,000.
Let's go with 15. 15,000 times 30, Beth, is $450,000.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make it a little more important to call our past clients in Sphere, guys?
Yes.
And sticking with Beth because she's wonderful. They will tell you now that they're thinking of moving next year, and Mike knows the reason because we're going to get the answer from him if Beth doesn't know it. Although last time Beth was like 3 for 3. So Mike, you probably don't have to do anything. Why will they tell you in October or November they're thinking about moving next year, but when you call them next year, they won't tell you?
I don't know.
Mike, what's the answer?
Next year, you're a threat. Right now, you're not.
See, Bob and Mary, when do you plan on moving? Well, we're thinking about it next year. We're tossing around the idea because, Beth, they know you're not coming over in October to list their home. So Mike hit it perfectly because we had a call yesterday, and again, he hit it perfectly yesterday. They don't see you as a threat, so they tell you they're thinking about moving next year. But when you call them next year, it's getting a little tight, so they want to tell you in March because they don't want to move till May. And they know you and Joe, Beth. They know you'll be over there that night listing their house, don't they?
Yeah.
So when you call them in March, they're going to keep quiet about it. Does that make sense, Joey? Because they don't want to sell till May. So they don't tell you in March they're moving in May, but they'll tell you now they're thinking about it. So in your 4-month program, let's call our past clients twice between now and the end of the year, do our past client script, and using Beth's number, should we try to identify the 30 people that are probably going to move next year?
Yeah.
Yep.
And when we identify those 30 people, Mike, what should we do with them?
That leads me into my question for you. I was wondering, when does the suspect list come into play?
In October.
Okay.
A suspect list are people who tell us in one way, shape, or form they're thinking of selling next year. We put them on our suspect list and we hit them once a month.
Okay.
See, Beth, I'm sure because your past clients love you to death. Yeah.
Mhm. I like to think so.
Oh, I know they do. I know they like you more than they like me. Trust me. It's just good odds. The problem is that if you're calling them quarterly, which is a normal case, right, Beth? I scared her. Did you see that? She ran away already. This is what I do to women all the time. Your past clients in Sphere, you probably call them once a quarter. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
You call me in November. I tell you we're thinking of moving next year. You call me in November. Quarterly, you're going to call me in February. By February, I've told everybody at Thanksgiving parties. I've told everybody at Christmas parties. I told everybody at New Year's parties. All of January. Hi, Jim. Yeah, it's Steve. Listen, I can't help you be a coach for Little League this year. Why? Beth and I are moving this summer, so I can't commit. You're moving? My mother's a realtor. Over the holidays, they're looking up properties on Zillow, aren't they, guys?
Yep.
And what is Zillow doing with their names?
Selling them to the highest bidder.
Or the lowest bidder, because it doesn't cost that much money. Then they Google, how much does it cost to move from Music City, Nashville to Nebraska? And what is Google doing with their names?
Same thing.
And if you have an iPhone like mine, my little BITCH Siri is listening to me and hearing me and my wife talk about moving, and they're selling my name. Because we talked about getting a new arts and crafts front door with half glass. And guess what is every other ad on my Instagram today? Your past clients in Sphere are not trying to not use you, but technology gives them options, doesn't it, guys?
Yep.
So, Beth, when you identify Bob and Mary Smith that they're thinking about selling next year, no more once a quarter, once a month.
Yeah.
And these are not rapport calls. Hi, Bob. It's your realtor, Steve Howard. How you been? What's going on? You got big plans for Thanksgiving. If you only do rapport, they like you. But then they got someone like Christian who got their name from Google, who is not going to do rapport. He's going to be closing his ass off because he is a great closer, guys. Former Marine or Army? Which one was it, Christian?
Marine Corps, sir.
Dude, you don't stand a chance against a former Marine. That man is going to latch on to your past clients and make them hoorah, love them, right?
That's correct, sir.
Semper Fi, dude. Semper Fi. Understand that your past client is going to get a call from a guy like Christian who's going to call him and say, hey, I'm with the Mike Bunton team. We just sold another 5 properties this week. All 5 got over full price. Well, I already know Beth. Great. You should always meet 2 realtors. And every month, Christian is going to call them to tell them how much property he's moving and shaking. And Beth is going to call as their friend. And they don't need a friend. They're moving away from Beth, so they're moving towards Christian, aren't they? Call them every month with credibility, then close on your comfort level. So, Joey, what do I mean by credibility, then close?
Credibility and close, is that what you said?
Yes, please.
Just staying in touch and having the relationship before you ask for the close.
Nope. You weren't even close, but it was a really good try.
Okay.
Mike, what do I mean by credibility, then close?
Calling them and letting them know what you've done in the area, and then obviously close.
Joey, since we talked last month, we had the great fortune of helping 4 more families like yours sell. All of them, because of our new marketing plan for this market in the fall, got over full price, and many of them multiple contracts. Joey, now that you know we sold another 4 homes like yours, how does you and your wife's schedule look next week? Let's get together. Now, I can start out with, hi, Joey, how are you? Did you have a good summer? I do that because I'm a personable guy. But I quickly get off that. And I get to, Joey, since we talked, because he's a seller 8 months from now, right, guys?
Yes.
He doesn't need a friend. He needs a what, Joey?
Expert.
I got to put my credibility, past performance, future behaviors, past performance, future behaviors. Call your past clients in Sphere, identify the percent that's moving next year, call and credibility, then close. Now, let's go to Kelly again. Kelly, do you send out Christmas cards or holiday greeting cards to your best clients?
I will this year.
If somebody says they're going to sell next year, should they probably get a Christmas card from you or a holiday greetings card to be and make sure everybody's happy?
Absolutely.
And it can't be some bullshit Berkshire Hathaway EXP card.
Nope.
It can't be a KW Remax card. I'm not promoting Remax. Who am I promoting?
Me.
And it has to be the $3 card, not the $125 packet of 50 cards I got for $70.
It's gonna have red foil on it when they open it.
That's right. They're getting the good quality card. Anybody besides me see the movie Bill Murray Scrooged? Do we send them the towels or the VCR? Send them the towels. You better send them the VCR, guys. Send them a really nice handwritten card. Dear Stephen and Bernadette, hoping you and your family have a wonderful holiday season. Look forward to helping you with your real estate needs in 2024. Your realtor and friend, Kelly Nickel. That's a card, yeah? Not a pre-printed piece of shit that I got from my accountant one time. On behalf of the Kent Early team, wishing you a great holiday season. And it was pre-printed and everybody signed around it. And I called them and I said, Kent, I got your Christmas card. What'd you think? You're fired. He said, what do you mean I'm fired? I said, what a piece of shit. I said, he says, what do you mean? Everybody signed it. I said, Kent, you all sat at the conference table and you passed each other 25 and everybody signed their name on the same place. I need an accountant that cares about me. You did thousands of these on an afternoon over a couple glasses of wine. And 2 hours later, he walked into my office with a handwritten card and a gift certificate. You're right. I made a mistake. Guys, people know when you send them a piece of shit Christmas card, yeah? Kelly, what's your average commission there in beautiful Newport News, Yorktown, Hampton, Virginia?
6,500.
You have 6,500 on the line. Don't lose it with a 90-cent card.
Mm.
Let's go to Chris. Chris, can you talk, or we just got your wonderful picture?
I'm here.
Good, Chris. What part of the world do you live in?
Northern Virginia, same as Christian.
Wow, nice. So, what day is the legal holiday for Veterans Day? Because we're staying back on the calendar, guys. It's in November. It's not the 10th and it's not the 12th. Well, wait a second. It is the 11th, but the legal holiday is not the 9th and it's not the 11th. Somewhere between the 9th and the 11th.
I'm going to guess the 10th.
So what is so important besides our wonderful Christian who provided wonderful service to our country so we could all live free? What is so important about Veterans Day? What is that kind of holiday?
I'm not sure.
It's a federal holiday.
Oh, I see.
And when there's a federal holiday, what is closed?
What is closed on federal holidays? Banks?
Schools?
Schools?
So, Chris, when there's a federal holiday and the schools are closed, the kids are home. Young kids can't be home by themselves unless the parents are awful. So one of the parents takes the day off as a sick day, personal day, vacation day. You should probably work that full day, Chris, because I would pick an elementary school near you. So what's an elementary school near you, Chris?
Greenbrier East.
Greenbrier East. Don't know it. Sounds like a great school. Do a lot of people who have small kids move in neighborhoods near the elementary school?
Yes, sir.
So there's a higher propensity that when I'm calling those neighborhoods, there's small children and one of the adults is home because they have to be home with their kids. It's a great prospecting day, isn't it, guys?
Yep.
Sounds like it is.
This is what I mean by calendarize. I work hard when it's easy to reach people, and I rest when it's hard. Rayo, in your wonderful country of Canada, he lives just outside Toronto. Do they have teacher work days where the teachers make up a day they need to take off?
Yes.
Do you know the teacher work days for the next 4 months?
No, I don't, Coach.
If you look them up, you would then know when all the children are home from school, wouldn't you?
Yes, for sure.
A great day to work. Because let me tell you, they're excited about being home with their little kids till about 10:30. Then they want a phone call from any adult. Trust me. Now, Rayo, do you guys celebrate Halloween the same day we do?
Yes.
Ours is October 31st. Same for you?
Same for us. Yes, Coach.
So, Rayo, here's the joke. Why do all real estate agents love Halloween?
So they don't have to work in the evening?
Nah. It's the one day a year that they can prospect for food.
That's right.
So, guys, I'm not going to go through every day. Holidays, teacher work days, figure out the work schedule. Beth, as you know, Christmas is a Monday this year. It's an awful day for real estate. And the reason is simple. The 29th is a Friday. And Beth, in Music City, Nashville, you have to close a property, then they go to the registry of deeds to record them in bulk, right?
No, they record them electronically. They close them one day and the deed's recorded within 24 hours.
And the registry of deeds will be closed on the 29th. Do you know why?
Because it's the observed for the first. It's the
Partly.
holiday for the first, yeah.
But remember, the people that work at the registry of deeds are government employees and they get sick days, personal days, and vacation days. And if they don't use them, they lose them. So they all play that personal vacation sick day game of saving one so they can be off on the 29th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday's the holiday. They get a 4-day week, which means you can't have closings on the 29th. Do not write contracts that close on December 31st. It's a Sunday. You're not going to get it done on the 29th, and you're going to have a hard time getting anything done between the 26th and 28th of December. Beth, in your area, are there still some VA, FHA loans done periodically?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
If your appraisers are like the appraisers we have, they always find something wrong with the front of the house that they have to come back and reinspect so they can drive their fat ass by the house, look through the binoculars, and bill a reinspection fee. Yes? They
don't
do,
know.
Beth. We have,
Okay.
and Kelly knows who they are. We have a father-son team. Every single property they appraise has a problem on the front of the house, and it's always paint. So they can drive by and bill $125 to look at the house again. But they will not come out the week of Christmas, so you will not have a closing. Try to get all your closings done prior to Christmas so you can enjoy that Christmas week off. If not, you'll have a crap-ass closing. And you'll be spending the entire week off of Christmas dealing with buyers and sellers over a lousy little problem. Does that make sense? And then when you come back to work in January, exhausted because you didn't have any time off. Let's go to Rayo. What does the term front load mean?
Front load means, coach, book appointments for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, front of the week.
I coach Rayo. He's a wonderful guy. He hit it perfectly. That's what it means to him. In this scenario, Rayo, we're going to do a metric simple number, 12. Rayo wants to take 12 listings, September, October, November, December. That's a total of 12. What is 12 divided by 4, Rayo?
3.
A realtor who is stupid says, I'll take 3 in September, 3 in October, 3 in November, 3 in December. Rayo, he's on this part of the screen to me. Okay. Rayo says, I'm going to take 5 in September, 4 in October, 2 in November, and 2 in December, because it's much easier to take listings now than it is in December. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't divide your production equally by the months. Let's front load September, October, because where Chris lives and Christian, the weather is decent right now. And some years it's awful in December up there, isn't it?
Yep.
So let's not divide all of our activities by 4. Front load the next 3 months. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
So with your 4-month plan, calendarize, do the usual suspects, listings, appointments, whatever. The gentleman who I coach here, this is his 4-month plan with my notes on it. It's very intensive. When I'm coaching you, send me an intensive one. I can handle it, okay? Come up with a 4-month plan. He's adding 2 people to his sphere every day, 130 total. Laura, can you talk, or we just have your wonderful picture on the screen? Laura, guess not. We'll go back to Kelly. She's my favorite. Kelly, if we add 10 people to our sphere, 3 will give us a deal in the next 2 to 3 years, but really we'll get 4 deals from the same 3 people. Fair statement? We add 10, 3 will give us a deal, 4 deals total. We'll get a referral, they'll buy and sell, double end, etc. Does that make sense, Kelly? Add 10, 3 will give us a deal. How many won't give us a deal, Kelly?
7.
Who cares? We add 10 people, we get 4 deals over the next couple of years if we do it right. You add 10, that's 4 deals. Times her 6,500, that's 26,000. You add 20, 52,000. You add 30, 70 plus thousand. In this guy's plan, he's going to add 130. It's worth $740,000 to him in future business. Does everybody have people in their sphere that they didn't call, didn't treat right like they should have?
Yeah.
I can't do anything about that. It's old. Can we add new people and give them the service and the attention that we always claim we do?
Yep.
Let's start today, add 2 people a day to our sphere. Let's give them the service and the contact that they deserve. We'll work on the old people, but the new people is where the money is. Final note, Rael, what is you and your wonderful wife's favorite restaurant?
Let's say Pickle Barrel, Coach.
I like it. Pickle Barrel. I have no idea. Oh, Pickle Barrel.
Yes.
The man makes millions of dollars a year, eats a Cracker Barrel. They call it Pickle Barrel in Canada. Rael, I'm going to hypothetically pretend you go to a better restaurant, okay?
Yes.
When you and your wife find a great restaurant, you had such a great meal, you go back again within 2 weeks. Then you tell your friends about it and you take your best friends to the great restaurant. You went there 3 times in 30 days, and then you put it in your normal repertoire, don't you?
Yes.
When somebody comes into your sphere, that first year is when your referrals start coming in because you're new, you're exciting, you're paying attention to them. They
Right.
die out on us because we're old news. Restaurants that don't get new customers have old people in it that tip 10%, share a meal, and they go broke. New customers order appetizers, wine, dessert. Old customers come in and they order 1 appetizer, water, bread, 1 entree. They're happy to have them, but they don't make a lot of money. Let's go get new customers, yeah?
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to run to my next coaching call. Did everybody learn something for the next 4 months we could use the rest of our lives?
Yes.
Let's slam this, guys. This market is tough, but it's easy. And do you know why it's easy, Beth?
Because we know what to do.
Number 1, I know what to do. Number 2, we have a president, a government, a society that tells everybody not to work. You don't need to work, be self-educated, work at home, be on Instagram, be an influencer. It's never been easier to make a lot of money if you work. There's so much abundance out there and nobody's working. I got 2 boys. They are animals and they're killing it because all their friends at their age are like, why are you working so hard? I just live in my parents' basement and play video games all day. There's so much money out there because no one is willing to work. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's just work and I can outwork anybody. How about you guys?
Yes.
Let's go to work. Let's have some fun. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Coach.